I almost lost a client because I asked AI to do one small thing. I asked it to draft me a retainer email, save it in my inbox so that I can review it. But instead, it sent it on its own, and the numbers that it sent was 10 times less than what it should have been. Now, if you're a coach, a business owner, a bookkeeper, you probably have a similar version where you ask AI to do something and it came back to you with something magical. It came back with something perfect. Now you hear the hype that AI is a great tool, and it is. What used to take teams to do, AI can do it on its own. It's good enough to do that. What used to take days can now be done in minutes. But here's the thing, AI is built to give you an answer. It's pretty confident and it returns something that is polished. And the polish is actually where the problem lies. So in the next few minutes, I want to share with you 3 checkpoints that I use now. The one that would have caught that email before it was sent. Not so that you can be technical, but so that when you interact with AI, when you use this tool, you can be confident with the results that you're getting. Now, for the past almost 20 years now, I've spent myself in audit and information security, but I still got this wrong. Now, pay attention to the second point because that's the checkpoint that would have caught this $5,000 mistake. When I got into AI back in June 2025, the first thing that I built was this tool, and it was so magical. I built this tool for our team members who are not technical. A few years ago, I went to the Philippines for an information security audit because our resources when it comes to IT and security is very, very small. And I was there, I had a great time, but when I learned about AI, I wanted to build something that will be useful for my team. So I figured, what if I built this tool where it can extend my capabilities so that team members who are not technical can be able to interact with this tool like a chat bot and tell them, this is the type of audit that I want to do. These are my limitations. This is my budget. And when I built this tool, I remember I built this tool in less than 2 weeks. I asked it to learn this framework that we were using by the Center for Internet Security. And this tool looked like $100,000 tool, something that this big name companies like Oracle or SAP, something that you would pay thousands and thousands of dollars to do. And I felt pretty good about it. I presented it to the team. But before I did that, of course, I was testing it for myself. And I asked it, I want to do this backup and security audit because I just did one recently. The interface looked well. It had the procedures. It had the controls. It had recommended evidence. But when I look at that, I noticed the control numbers were incorrect. The only reason that I was able to catch that was because before AI, I was doing this for almost 20 years. I've been doing IT audit. I've been doing compliance. And also, like I said, I just finished doing a similar audit. So when the results came, I noticed that it was off, that it was incorrect. Now, here's the thing. Somebody without that background would have shipped that tool and would have never known that it was incorrect. It reminds me of my experience when I was starting out with the Big Four accounting firm, when I was brand new, fresh out of college. And one of the things that her managers would tell us is to fake it until you make it. And we would go to these clients and fresh out of college, we would talk big. We would act like we were experts and so on, but we were just faking it. We didn't know anything about their business process and we didn't even have the right words to ask. Well, at least for me, AI is exactly like that. If you don't train it correctly, it will reach for answers that seems right. That's something that you would want to hear. And without you having the expertise, you wouldn't even know if it's correct or not. That mistake, that email that was sent taught me more than any other courses ever did. And today I want to save you the tuition fee so you don't repeat the same mistake. Now, here's the big idea for today's talk. AI is not magic. It's a great tool, but it needs your supervision and it needs your feedback. So here's the part nobody's selling you an AI solution that's going to mention. And for me, it comes down to 3 checkpoints. And the first checkpoint that I want to talk to you about is the word traceability. Traceability basically means if you give AI an input, it processes it and then gives you an output, there should be a way for you to trace back how the AI came with that solution. Think of it as a team member. When you have a new team member and when you ask them, okay, now repeat back to me what I said, or just kind of walk me through how you came up with the solution. That's what traceability basically means. Now we have a client where we've implemented an AI employee that does the reconciliation for them. What the AI employee basically monitors the email and it flags for any exceptions or no exceptions. And when the AI employee sends a notice to the team, the AI gives a 2 to 3 sentence summary of the overall conclusion of the recon that the AI did. And also below that, it gives bullet points of what document did it open, what attributes it compared with. It's nothing exhaustive, but it gives enough data or bullet points for the team members, for the supervisors to go in and be able to trace back how the AI took the input, processes it, and came with the solution. Now, the trace is not a decoration. It's not something that's nice to have, but it's the ability for the human to be able to step in and to verify what the AI did. And that brings me to checkpoint number 2. And checkpoint number 2 is human in the loop or human oversight. So the trace from checkpoint number 1 exists so that the person can verify it. Again, think of AI as not just a tool, but as a team member, and you're a supervisor or director, and you're verifying what the AI did. So from the trace, you'll be able to ask the question, can I rely on what the AI produced or not? Here's how this runs in my business. I use Otter AI to record my meeting notes so that I can focus on the client and I can just give my full attention to him. I still take notes on the side because I had some issues in the past where the note taking will fail, but it's nice to have that recording the meeting. I love how Otter AI takes screenshots for me so that if I need to go back and pull those screenshots, build a standard operating procedure and SOP, it's easy for me to pull that from the meeting notes. Now I have the Otter AI and then I have Asana as my ticketing system. It's my project management tool. Now between Otter AI and Asana, I do have Claude.ai in between. Now within Claude.ai, I have a skill that basically digest my meeting notes, create the executive summary, create action items, risk and opportunities. So I'm using AI to bring efficiency in my process while the meeting is still fresh. It's putting it in a format that is easy for me to digest. Now, when I get that, it gives you some action items that the AI is flagging based on our meeting and things that I should consider that we need to put in our Asana, in our ticketing system or our project management tool. Now, the AI presents that for me. And what happens is that I review it, human in the loop as a supervisor, and then go into Asana and also the things that we need to remove or the things that we need to adjust. So that's the whole human in the loop process. Here's the thing that I tell my clients. We use AI for efficiency and we use the humans, the team members, us for our expertise. So use AI for efficiency, for the heavy lifting, and then we use humans for expertise. Now, I want you to picture this, the process that I just shared with you. You probably have many meetings throughout the day, but imagine when your meeting is done, when you're getting ready to close, you have a draft of the meeting summary, executive summary, while it's still fresh, and a list of the items that you can push to Asana. And that's the efficiency that the AI can give you. And you just do a quick 5-10 minute read through and approve it. It goes into your project management system, whatever that might be. And then now you can close your laptop and have margin for yourself. Again, AI is for the heavy lifting, it's for the efficiencies. And then you come in to bring in your expertise. And the third checkpoint is feedback. Now, here's the thing that became a light bulb moment for me. I was in Japan and there was this discussion. One person said that AI is this tool. And I said, you know what? I think AI is a team member. And we had this back and forth discussion because one thing that I realized is that AI is just beyond a tool. It's not static where you just turn on and off. I think of AI as an employee, and just like an employee where it needs feedback to grow, to learn more about your business, to learn about the things that to watch out for, AI is the same thing. Now imagine if you just hired a new employee, the employee that's working for you, they had limited tools, and as they grow into your organization, you start equipping them with more tools, you start equipping them with more resources, you have one-on-ones with them, you have weekly meetings with them, they do projects, you give them feedback. And the more you spend time with them, the better and better that employee becomes. It becomes more of an asset. And AI is the same thing. When you deploy Claude Code, when you deploy these AI tools in your organization, it has a set of tools that came with it that the developer gave it. But the more you interact with it, the more you give it feedback, which is checkpoint number 3, the more it starts knowing about your voice, the more it starts knowing about the guardrails, what to watch out for. And also for you, just like in my story, the more I interact with AI, I see its capabilities and I also see its limitations. So again, to recap, the 3 checkpoints are: number 1 is traceability, is to show how it works. Number 2 is human in the loop. Again, using AI to bring efficiency and you coming in to bring your expertise to sign off, to give the final approval. And number 3 is feedback. You giving the AI the appropriate feedback so that it can get better and better so that it can work for you. When it comes to feedback, it's garbage in, garbage out. So again, for me, with working with AI, I feel like it helps me to become a better thinker, a better communicator, because again, I'm treating AI not just as a tool. I'm asking it to show me how it came up with its results. I come in, give it approval, and then I give it feedback. So as we close, I just want to push back on one advice. You hear it everywhere. Let AI run your business, hands off, and let it run autonomously. It will make you money. To make sure that what you deploy today, what you invested in today, will still work for you a month from now, 3 months from now, or even 6 months from now, is at a minimum to make sure that you implement those 3 checkpoints. Because here's the thing, like I said, AI is not magic. It's a great tool, but it needs our feedback. It needs our supervision. If you're saying, you know what, I'm brand new, I've never really dealt with AI, I'm pretty overwhelmed with this. If you're a beginner, your next step today is not to necessarily build something, not to build an app or not to build an automation, but to actually just spend even 10, 15 minutes, open up Claude.ai or ChatGPT or even Gemini and start having a conversation with AI. And just like how I'm having conversation with you, just start talking to AI and just say, you know what, I'm new. I don't know what to do. These are the pain points that I have. Can you walk me through how I would solve it? And ask AI to ask you questions. In other words, use AI to be your thinking partner to solve a process, a pain point that you have, and see what solutions that it could potentially come up with. And again, when you get that solution, make sure that you step back and really analyze, is this really accurate or not? Ask AI, how did you come up with that solution? What resources did you use to come up with that? Give it the links, give it the resources. And then again, as the human expert who knows your process, who knows your pain points, that's where you bring in your expertise and then give AI the feedback. So if you can walk away with one thing from this video, is this: remember, AI is not magic. It's a great tool. It needs your feedback. It needs your supervision. And the more you interact with it, the better it will serve you. Drop a comment and tell me, are you still figuring out how AI fits in your work, or have you actually handed it something real? Thank you so much for joining in this week. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the subscribe and we'll see you again next time.